episode 3 of MR2. We are back with another video. It is currently Saturday at 2 p.m. right now, I think, British time. Here right here is the MR2 in all of its glory. Dad is currently filming right now.
Welcome back, episode 3, Dadnladclassics on MR2. Apologies, it's been a while since we've done a video. One, it's just cold and horrible, and we've had a few other things come up. One is been helping my granddad, to have a bit of tidy up in the garage and the shed and sort of few things out and bits and pieces. It gives me a little bit of space to store stuff for this car as well, hopefully. So a long ball game with that one, I guess. So not a lot of movement on the car as such, but I have got quite a bit to update you on. I guess the first thing is that the Z3 sold. It actually sold a couple of days after the last video came out. A chap came up from Nottingham and bought it. He came up on the train and drove all the way back down in it and texted me to say it was he got home. So clearly everything all right with that. So I'm pleased with that. Didn't get as much as I'd like. I was hoping for a bit more, but that's usually the case. Lost out on that one. But what that meant was it did give us some money to spend and get some bits for this. So I have bought some parts, and later on in the video we'll go through those. We'll go through those bits and show you what I've got so far. There's still more to get. I just wanted to get the key parts that I needed. A few things. What have we done, Nate? So you'll notice, I suppose, that the car. What are you giggling at?
Just some block in the background.
Oh, are you all right? You're shaking. You're so cold. We've moved the car. My dad wanted access to get up the drive and potentially move the Spitfire around and stuff. So we put it on here. Gravel is on top of hardcore and stuff, so it is quite solid there. Just makes it easier, and it can stay, you know, it doesn't have to move. One of last weekend's ventures was building these things, some wheel cribs. Just with it being on the gravel, I just thought it was safer to have it supported a bit better, a bit more of a footprint. So that was last Sunday I built these, and I'm quite chuffed with them. They're really solid. Probably not ideal, maybe not meant to be outside in the rain, but we'll see how it goes. And weren't that expensive. When you break them down, it's probably about the same as a set of decent-ish, just set of axle stands. So quite chuffed with that. So I've got the front end on these wheel cribs. See the other one here, and the back end is jacked up and on axle stands on the cross-member chassis thing, so quite solid. And I've got a reasonable amount of height to get under there to start working on the car. Haven't really done anything to the car apart from one. If we open it, if you want to come over here, Nate, you'll be able to see a bit better. So the battery is currently disconnected, but I actually managed to get some more things working on the dash. So fiddling around a little bit more. I was actually trying to investigate the fuel pump at the time. Found some fuses in the engine bay that were blown, and a different fuse under the bonnet frunk that was blown. Swapped those over, and kind of everything came to light then on the dash. I was having a fiddle with the fuel pump, so a bit awkward. I don't know if you can squeeze in next to my button. Do you want me to film it?
Yeah.
So took out the this bit here. It just kind of pops out, and take the connection off. I think that's a hazard one light, I think. Didn't have to take all of this out, as I'm able to get to it. Take the ashtray out here, and a couple of screws, and I'm able to get to the connections for. We're missing there. Oh, there it is. I can't remember what that's for. Something to do with the ashtray potentially. I believe that one in the blue wiring is the fuel pump, and I'm guessing this one is the sender unit. So couldn't hear anything from the fuel pump, so I just bypassed it. I got a what's it called, like a starter, sorry, got a starter jump start thing that I have, a little power pack, which throws out about 16 volts, and fed them straight into these, and just nothing at all on the nothing at all from the fuel pump. So I've got a fuel pump that's turned up. That's really about as far as I've gone in the last couple of weeks. Got it up in the air. Clearly got a dodgy fuel pump. Going to swap that out. Easier said than done. Got some spare parts. I still think even swapping the fuel pump, I don't think it's car start. I think there's an ignition issue that we need to look at. But start with the fuel pump, get that sorted out, and then work back from there. And that's it. It's Saturday afternoon. We've got to knock it near because it's about to get dark. I'm hoping tomorrow it's going to be raining. One of the things I did this afternoon was just give all of the under trays and any nuts and bolts and screws I could get to a spray with some plus gas and what have you. So hopefully tomorrow, if the weather's not too bad, I don't mind a little bit of rain. I'll be under the car anyway. Try and get the under trays out and make a start and see where we go. One thing I have noticed, and it might be an old age thing, when I was working on the car, when it was on the ground, I'll show you, just 1 second. So if you look over there, Nate, so I started to take that heat shield off, that one, and there's one underneath, and both need to come off. And there's some all that water come from, there's some bolts at the bottom there that need to come out. Now I'm hoping I can get from underneath. If not, I'm going to have to get a, what's it down now? I'm going to have to get a little step ladder here or something to reach. But when I was younger, I can't reach it now to close it. There we go. I don't know what it is, I can't quite reach. I'm sure as I'm getting old, my arms are shrinking. They're not as long as they used to be. Because as I was kind of reaching down, I thought, well, I'm sure I could, when I was a younger man, I'd have been able to reach that. So I think my arms are shrinking. It's definitely not that my stomach has got a bit bigger and it's blocking access. Definitely nothing to do with my stomach. It's my arms. I think if anyone out there, sort of around 50-year-old like I am, just confirm that your arms have shrunk as well. And I'd be really interested to know. I'm sure it's a normal, menopause kind of thing that we go through with shortening of arms. So yeah, a bit fiddly. But yeah, when I start, I'm going to have to get some sort of step ladder because I'm not the tallest, but I'm not the shortest. But it's still going to be really awkward to get over and in there. But still chuffed, still excited. It's just taking a bit longer to get going on this than I would have liked. But hopefully now it's in the air. Cleared a few other things outside of the car out of the way. We can get stuck in a little bit. Just the weather is going to cause us problems, but I've got some other bits, some second-hand parts that have turned up again. I'll show you later. So potentially I can take bits off the car if we get really stuck with the weather. Take them into the garage, kind of clean things up, give them a lick of paint, sort them out, that kind of thing. So there'll always be stuff we can do on the car, hopefully. And that's it for today. We're going to head home. One last thing for today. I'm short of a couple of spare parts, and I don't know if anyone's watching and they've got one of these, ideally in this colour. I'm struggling to get a boot lid. I can find boot lids, but they're all miles away, and nobody wants to post one. So I don't mind paying for postage, and I don't mind paying for a boot lid, but if anyone's got one spare, ideally this colour, but if not, as long as it's not rotten and I can respray it, let me know. That would be really useful. The other thing I'm missing, and I've closed the bonnet now, is the bonnet stay. I just can't seem to find one. I found one on eBay. It's quite expensive. So if anyone's got a spare bonnet stay, get in touch. I think what we might do, Nate, we're going to set up an email address related to Dadnladclassics at whatever.com or whatever it's going to be. So if people want to get in touch, they can do. And also a wing. Now I am going to have a go at pulling this dent out, but if someone's got one that's the same colour, save me messing about with the wing, let me know, and I'll probably buy it off you. Probably a couple of other bits as we go along as well, but they're the bits I'd like to get now out the way. Yeah, we'll catch up tomorrow. Have a lovely Saturday evening, although it'll be probably Monday. And yeah, see you later.
See ya.
Alright.
Yeah.
Cool. Are we on?
Yeah.
Hello, good morning. Don't know if you can hear me. You join me underneath a rare beast. Yeah. Come on out. I'll explain in a minute. I'm going to get out and make a cup of tea. Could you pass me them sort of silver looking things, London? No? Yes. Yeah, they're called Morgrits.
Morgrits.
Morgrits. I have to say, pass the Morgrits, you know what they are. Oh my god. Should have took this out first. Oh. There we go. Right. It's gonna nicely just hang in my face. We're under the car. Can you hear me all right, Nate?
Yeah.
We're under the car and I was making a start. I've got the plastic splash guards off. I've got a few snap bolts on those, probably about half of the bolts that hold the plastic splash guards have snapped, annoyingly. We'll need to have a look at those, bit of more drilling. But the actual braces and things, so like this one here, so far are coming out okay. Oh, we've got a thing out there with a carpet. So yeah, not too bad. I'm going to continue on. Oh, it's a bit tight under here. I'll tell you what, if I spin around, oh my god, you can have a look. Go past the camera.
Well, yeah, sure. There we go.
Hang on. So, there we go. So, not sure how well you're going to be able to see. That's quite awkward. It's so tight under here. So we've got this brace here to come out. These pipes, these ones here, and this one here to move. I've got another one here to come out. Just taken this one off, and we've got all the splash guards off at the front as well. Quite a bit of surface rust, but nothing overly worrying. Probably going to make some new ones of these things here, these kind of cross braces. There's two at the front. You won't be able to see, but there's two at the back. Can I see them? You might just be able to see one there, maybe. I can't tell. So you can buy them, but I think you can probably make them. One thing I didn't mention yesterday, we're on Sunday today, is that I got a tyre. And from the last episode, I got a tyre for the car. When I took it down a couple of hours later, the lad phoned me up and said, "Oh, if you want another one, I've got a pair." So he said, "I'll do the pair for 40 quid. So I've got two tyres. I'm quite chuffed with them. They're only about 18 months old, and the Michelin Cross Climate things. 40 quid for the pair. So that was useful. I'm going to carry on here, and when we get a bit further on, get these brackets off, we'll pick this up again, if that's all right. It's just so awkward.
Why do you sound like, like the early Simpsons, right? You know how like Homer Simpson sounded like
Homer Simpson?
You sound like old Homer Simpson, like the older voice actor or whatever. Yeah.
Together now, here we go.
That's all right. It's
2-1.
Hello, back again. It's I don't know, I guess about 2 o'clock. I'm old and pretty fed up. If you come down here, join me and go under here. Hey! I don't know how well you can see that. The fuel tank is finally out. Nightmare. The hard bits really, all the brackets and everything, fairly straightforward. The guards and all that lot. The hard bit is the connections, the pipes at that end there. You just can't get to them. They're quite difficult to get to, especially with the engine there and things like that. So to actually get the tank out, I mean, I could have changed the pump while it was. I could have dropped one end down potentially and changed the pump, but I don't want to do that. I want to get it out and things. So literally just got it out sort of 5 minutes ago. I'm going to feel this aches and pains later. Right, Nate?
Yes.
Have we got that? Right. So we'll go into the garage. Have a look at the tank. Oh, my bloody one drops. Let's hit that. Are we still filming?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Right. So there is the tank. And you can see when I've taken out, what I've had to do is leave a lot of these connections on. It was mainly that one. It seems to be quite common that one would snap. And I just couldn't get into it. It kind of sits in the firewall, in the hole in the firewall, a bulkhead, what you want to call it, and it's just awkward to get to. So I've ended up sort of dismantling it up to that goes to the fuel filter. 2 little brackets here clamp onto the car body. There's this thing here which I probably could have got that off, but it's quite flexible and stuff. I'm probably going to change some of these hoses anyway. So they look like 6mm. I thought they were 8mm. Anyway, great. So one last job today is I'm going to take. Is that on? Put it on. It's a good pointing stick. I'm going to take. Is that? Yeah. No, I don't know. The sender unit out because I don't think that's working. I'm going to take the fuel pump out. 99% sure that's not working. Now the reason that the sender unit isn't working. 92,923. I don't know what that means. What does that mean? Does that say 92 or 02? 92,923. The tank on the outside looks in pretty good condition, but there's quite a bit of petrol in there and it stinks. So I wasn't getting a reading on the gauge, on the fuel gauge. So I'm guessing at the sender unit, I think that's also quite common that it fails on these. So we'll have a look at that, see if we can get it going. So yeah, that's the last job for today. So it's just taking these few screws out of here, taking that bolt out there, and then taking those screws out of there. And then if you give me about 10 minutes, won't film it, and I'll show you what they look like. I'll quick look inside the tank, and then I'm going home. I've had enough. Okay? Yes. Right, pause. Hello. So it's about 10 minutes later, and I probably don't need a torch to see that fuel pump has seen better days. It's definitely manky. I mean, it's like crystallised and it's all rotten and rusty. So I'm going to give all that a good clean out, and I think I might change all of the hoses and things like that. They all look a bit grubby. Maybe not this one, because I think changing that one could be a bit of a nightmare, but we'll have a look at it. If it needs to be changed, we'll change it. We'll suss that out. Certainly going to give it a good clean. Inside the tank, if you come over here, I don't know, can you see inside there? You probably have to get a bit closer.
Oops.
I can't. There you go. Can you see inside?
Yeah.
So it actually isn't that bad. It's not rusty. It's just disgusting. So yeah, sender unit is pretty much the same. I think it's probably had it. Looking at that, I mean, it's just really. I mean, it's eased off now, but it was stuck. So I'll have a look at it. I mean, maybe we can clean it up, test it, see if we can get it working again. I don't know, but Definitely needs a bit of work. Right. So that's it for this weekend. I'm going to drop these back in so the smell isn't everywhere. And we're going to head home. I'm hungry, tired,
Oh, me
and
too.
Achy. I don't. Did we mention your new attire, by the way?
Yeah.
Should we got Nathan a little prezi. Look at that.
In all of my glory.
Got him a set of overalls.
Yes.
It's actually the second pair of overalls he's got, because when he was about 7 or 8, I got him some John Deere ones. Do you remember them? The green ones, yeah. But they're quite expensive. These were a lot cheaper. It's his birthday soon, so this is a bit of an early birthday present.
Yes.
And you can see he's obviously been grafting and been very, very busy here.
Yes.
Because he's got stuff here. Is that cement or?
Yeah, yeah.
No, it's biscuit. It's where he spilt some biscuit on himself. Right, I'm done. All right.
Yeah.
Anything else to say? Subscribe. Yeah, please. We had views. We've been doing quite well recently, which is great. But and we got initially a few extra subscribers and quite a few comments, but just died a death again. So please subscribe and like and comment and tell us what's going on and what you think, and if there's anything you'd like to see or anything you'd like us to do, or if any way we can improve what we're doing. One thing we have done, if you want to grab that, Nate, is if anyone wants to get in touch with us, we've set up an email account, so hopefully that'll be in the description. If anyone wants to get in touch, if they've got spare parts, if they've got a project maybe in the future that might be interesting, or just want to ask something, yeah, we'll put the email in the description. Right, have a lovely week. I start a new job tomorrow, which is nice. Going back to work. I've been working from home for the last 6 months. I've gone back to normal work. Should be interesting. So that's it. Have a lovely week. See you later.
See you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Go on, put these back in.